are you doing in my swamp? What are you doing in my swamp?
Hello everybody, this is Ogre Boy, and I'm going to be doing my review for the 2013 movie Evil Dead. The movie is directed by Fede Alvarez and written by him and Rodo Signes. I probably butchered that one's last name, I apologize. This movie is pretty much a remake of the original Evil Dead from 1981 with a new group of characters. It's also somewhat a sequel to, it's like set in the same universe as the original trilogy, but it's its own story. And in this movie, a group of friends go to this cabin to help one of their friends try to get off of drugs. She's a heroin addict, and they're trying to keep her isolated so that she can get off of it. And at first, things seem to be going okay, and then they go into the cellar and they find out there's a bunch of dead cats and animals in there, which is really, really weird, which at the beginning of the movie it somewhat explains why. If you're familiar with the franchise, you already know pretty much why these things are down there, but and they find the Necronomicon, and one of the characters named Eric reads out loud some of the stuff in it, even though he says not to, he still does it anyway. And it sends out some violent spirits who start to possess the people who are in the cabin, pretty much like with the original Evil Dead. This was a really good take on the movie. I remember when this movie came out, I did not want to see it. I was like, they're remaking Evil Dead. This is one of the best horror movies of all time that doesn't need a remake, and everything. But this movie was a lot of fun, and really good. It's really brutal and stuff like that. The first movie was pretty brutal too, but this one is a lot more brutal. It's dark, has a darker tone, and it's more of a straight up horror movie than the other movies in the franchise. The other ones were known as more for being horror comedies, or like with Army of Darkness being a straight up comedy. But this one doesn't really have any of that, and it don't really have the humor and stuff. There's every once in a while there's a little bit of humor in here, but this is mostly a horror movie. Now I really enjoyed that about it. I thought that they did a really good job making it creepy. The atmosphere is done very, very well. It has that isolation atmosphere and everything, and this was a lot better than it could have been. The cast in here is great. Jane Levy plays Mia, who's the one that's the heroin addict, and she's really good. She's the one that gets possessed and stuff first, and she's really good. She's pretty much like the Cheryl of this story. And she's really, really good. And her brother David is played by Shiloh Fernandez, and he's really, really good. He gives a really good performance. I thought that he was great in here, and the two of them work really good together. They're really believable as a brother and sister, and he's like really, really well written character. Like he has a lot of regrets and stuff about stuff he did when his mother was sick and stuff like that. But his performance is really good. Like when he has to be emotional in different scenes, his emotions are really, really good. Lou Taylor Pucci, I think that's how you say his name, plays Eric, the one that reads out of the book, and he's kind of a likable character, but at the same time, it's like, this dude's an idiot. Like, he reads out of the book, even though there's a lot of evidence stating that he really should not be doing that. He does it anyway, and he's kind of annoying in some ways, but he also kind of is likable too. He kind of has like this douchebag feel to him, but not like it. He's not like an annoying douchebag. Like when it comes to everything starts going down and everything, he's kind of annoying because the way he wants to do stuff and everything. But he's all right. Elizabeth Blackmore plays David's girlfriend Natalie, and she's pretty good too. The two of them have good chemistry, and she's the one that has to cut off her own arm, and that scene was really brutal, and it's really cool. Like, we get to see her cutting her arm off, and then when David and Eric come in the room, you see her arm dangling by one string before it falls on the floor. It's really, really brutal, and the special effects are amazing in that scene. And Jessica Lucas plays Olivia, and she's really kind of the most annoying character in the movie. She's the one that acts like she's an expert on what to do about Mia and everything. Some of them are starting to suggest maybe we should take her to the hospital and get her professional help, and she's like saying, no, we gotta stay here. She's kind of ignorant, and she's just really an annoying character, and she was one of the ones that I was really happy to see go. And she gets a pretty brutal death too. When she becomes possessed, like she cuts her face and everything. It's really cool. The visual effects in here are amazing. That's one thing, that the visual effects in the original Evil Dead were awesome too and everything, but they have dated some. But this one has really amazing special effects. Like, there's not hardly any CGI, if any, and like the makeup effects and stuff is all really done very well, and everything. It's just, to me, it works just as good in here as it did in the original. The original's special effects worked really well for that movie, and the special effects in this one work really great for this movie, and I love that about it. And I love that it does have some things in here that, like, make it connect to the original ones. Like, it's mainly during the credits you hear the voiceover of the tape from the first movie, and then at the very end of the movie, after the credits, there was a little brief cameo by Ash, played by Bruce Campbell. All he does is say groovy, and then it cuts to black. But it was a cool little nod, connecting this one to the originals and everything in it. I know that they talked about doing a movie where Ash and Mia team up. I don't know. I doubt it's ever going to happen now, because Bruce Campbell has pretty much said that he's done with the franchise, done playing Ash. But I really do wish we would have at least got a sequel to this one. It would have been cool to get to see Mia and more stuff. And I know they're doing a new Evil Dead movie in a year or two. I'm hoping that maybe when they do, she'll come back. I don't know if she will or not, but I think it'd be cool, because she was a likable character, and I'd be willing to see more of her. But all of the cast in here is really good, and like I said, the special effects are amazing, and Roque Banos does the score for this movie, and it's really, really good. It helps with the atmosphere really well. I actually think it's one of the best scores in the franchise. It just was really, really good, and like, it has this gothic opera stuff in it that makes it feel creepier and stuff, and it just was an excellent score. And I just really love this movie. It's a lot of fun, and it's really intense and everything. I forgot how good this movie was. So I'd give Evil Dead 2013 an 8.5 out of 10. It's a really good movie, a great remake. That, like, if you do a horror remake, this is a good way to do it, where it's not exactly like the original, but it has the spirit of the original, kind of like with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake. I feel like this one is a good, worthy one too. But I definitely recommend it if you haven't seen it, and let me know in the comments what you think of Evil Dead 2013, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody.